And I'm Tina, and welcome to Lakeshore Academy. Okay, had to get my camera straight. Let's talk about field trips. Who doesn't love a good field trip? And how it's very, very essential within the homeschool process. Sometimes we can get so caught up in what we're doing with our homeschool, so excited that we forget or we really don't think about how important it is for children to have field trips. Now, when I say field trips, you don't necessarily have to do all those field trips that's super duper expensive, because I am a homeschooler mom that's on one income, that I don't have a lot of money to be going on a lot of field trips. I see a lot of field trips that I would like to take part in, but they're just too expensive. Some of them are 25, 30 bucks a kid or 15 bucks a kid, and I mean, really. And then you add me in, and then that's another 20, because it's usually $5 more for the adult, and that's just too much. So today I'm just going to be talking to you guys about utilizing field trips, or how you can actually think outside the box with field trips, so that your kiddos will be able to have a very well-rounded homeschool. One thing that we tend to overlook when it's dealing with homeschools is field trips within our own hometown. So whatever hometown that you live in, really look outside the box, because every town is unique to itself. It has something to offer. It has something that can support the educational process and also make for a very nice field trip with some planning. Like, for example, everybody mostly have a park in their city or area in which they live. And if you have that, it's free. Go to the park. But not only when you go to the park, look at all the trees, look at the animals, make it a nature study, make it a picnic where you pack the lunch and the children actually can go and do their work at the park, or the children can actually take a camera or take binoculars and actually seek out looking for different animals or different insects that's indigenous to your area. So that's free, that's cheap. You can take a couple of sandwiches, some chips, and go out and have you an awesome day. And that's free. Say, for example, you want to do, if you're thinking of a field trip that you want to do but you don't have the money, like, let me think of some field trips that you can do that don't cost anything. Like going to the nursing home. That is not only a great field trip for a child, but also it is great community service, like free time, volunteer service. So, and a lot of times, sad to say, a lot of older people that's in nursing homes, their family, in most cases, they live far away, and they're not able to see their relatives as often as they would like. And then there are some on the total opposite of the spectrum that their family just put them there, which is sad. It breaks my heart, but they're there and they never come see them. Yeah, they pay the bills in order for them to be able to be in the nursing home, but they don't take an active role in seeing them. And they need that human interaction. So you can actually call your local nursing homes and see, is it safe for your children to go in and out. Make sure before you go to make sure there's not any airborne illnesses that's going around in the nursing home first. I just want to tell you about that. Make sure that everything is on the up and up. Do your due diligence research on that particular nursing home, like their ethic code, is there clean, do they have good reviews and stuff like that, because you don't want your children in just any old place. But if everything checks out properly, then you can just say, well, hey, my kids want to come to your nursing home, and they would like to read a story, or they would like to sing a song, or they would like to do a craft with your residents that's in the nursing home, or play a game, play checkers. That is an awesome field trip for your children, and it's free. Also, and it's teaching them about being volunteers, thinking about them, teaching them to be selfless, to think about others, which is a good quality to teach our young ones, which is a lot lacking this time, because sad to say, most children today can be a little selfish. and because they have everything readily available for them. So in order to teach them those skills, we need to put them in situations in which they have to give of themselves with nothing to receive in return, and it builds character as well. That's why I have my children do quite a bit of volunteer work. As you know, we did book drives for our community twice, and we also do a Bible educational work where we volunteer our time teaching individuals about the Bible. So I try to keep them doing things, and also our entire family, not just them, our entire family takes part in it. So it's not just the children, it's the entire family, it's something that we do together. Let's think about something else that you can do. If you have a local lake, you can go to your lake, and that will make for an awesome field trip. And like I said, make a little picnic, or you can have little different activities that you plan, different crafts that you would like to do, and that's free and good for those on a budget. Sometimes if you call ahead, the movies have different discounts that they will allow homeschoolers to have that they do not allow for the general public to have. And different businesses does the same thing. You just need to call ahead, do your due diligence, do your research on it, because I have had some awesome field trips that are geared towards the public, but when I call ahead and talk to management and told them that I'm a homeschool mom and would like to know, do y'all offer discounts to homeschoolers and their families? And most of the time they do, but they offer it for a group setting. But I actually talked to them about a family discount. And in most cases, I have received a yes answer. And we have had some awesome field trips because of those discounts. So do your due diligence, do your calling ahead of time. It takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of forethought, but it's worth it. Say, for example, you do not have transportation or readily available to you, and you're like, well, Tina, all this sounds good, but I don't have transportation. I don't have the means to pay someone to take me to those places in which you're talking about. So what can I do? Well, you can utilize your neighborhood. You can take for a nature walk in your neighborhood with your children. Explore. I kid you not. I have done this with my children where it's a different view when you walk your neighborhood versus when you ride or you're driving in a car. You just don't see everything. So sometimes we take our kids riding their bikes around the neighborhood, and we explore and we look and we see so many different cool and awesome things that we didn't see when we were riding in a car. Also, if you can walk, and it makes for some great conversation, and it makes for some fun. We had so much fun just walking around our neighborhood, and that was a great field trip. Saw things that we never even saw before. So that's free, and if you don't have a car, you could just utilize the area in which you live. Another thing in which you can do if you don't have a car, or you say, well, Tina, that sounds good, but I can't walk that far. Maybe you have a disability and you can't go but so far with walking, or maybe your child has a disability, physical disability, where they can't like walk very, very far, or they may be sensitive to different things out in the environment. If that's the case, well, then you can utilize virtual field trips. There are so many free virtual field trips that are amazing. They have this virtual 360 website in which you can look at Switzerland, you can look at Finland, you can look at the China Wall. It's like a 360 visual view where you can actually go and it's the real picture, and you can go around the area as fast or as slow as you want, and you can actually see the area. So if you're talking about China, or if you're talking about Finland or geography, you can actually go on the internet and look that up. They also have, I think it's the Smithsonian, but don't quote me on it. I'm gonna have to look it up and then get back with you guys. But you can actually, they have like an interactive, it's a real museum, but they have a feature on their website that is interactive, and you can actually tour the museum from your home. And sometimes they have live events where they actually walk you through, and then they have this different feature on their website in which you can just click on different areas in the museum and see them just like as if you was there, the same exact thing you would see if you was physically there. So Google virtual field trips, and also Google museum virtual field trips. You will be amazed at what you see. So let me talk to my people who don't have internet. A lot of you are like, well, Tina, that sounds good, but I don't have internet, or I have little data on my cell phone and I can't use it. Well, it's time for you to get creative. If you have a cell phone, a tablet, binoculars, a camera, you can just go out within your neighborhood, like I said before, and take different pictures, take different visuals, and do it that way. You can actually have some of your family members come over and do like an interview with them, or some of your older people that's in your family. You can actually have your children have a call list, and they can call them and ask them to tell them different things about what they encountered when they was their age. Like, how was it, Grandpa? How was it when you were my age? I'm 13 now. What did you do? What was the world like when you were 13? And I'm telling you what, you'll get some interesting stories if you're still blessed to have your grandparents still alive, or great grandparents. It's a bonus. And if not, you can also call aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff of that nature, and have them actually send you postcards from that area that in which they live. It's different things that you can do to make a field trip not like a regular field trip, but still make it educational and fun for the child on a budget. So, and of course, if you have access to a library, that is great too, because sometimes they have free classes in which your child can take, or children can take, for absolutely free. So just check that out as well. Let me see, is there anything else? If you have Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or all of those, I'm not Hulu, Amazon or Netflix, they have a lot of educational free virtual tours and stuff of that nature. Life science videos dealing with the animal stuff, focusing on Africa and Brazil, the animals and stuff like that. If you can't physically go to those places like me, so I utilize documentaries in which I will watch with my children, and then we actually talk about it, and we like visualize, like, if we could have went, this is what we would like to do. So you can change it to something like that. So if you don't have internet, you can make for some good conversations, or DVDs and stuff like that. You can use those and make you like a virtual your own field trip around your situation. So basically, just think outside the box. Don't forget to call companies and ask them. The only thing they can tell you is yes or no. So if they say yes, that's a plus. If they say no, oh well, go on to the next person. Usually these companies, they will do a whole lot of different things for you. You just have to just ask. Just ask. I have received many free products from companies and discounted products from companies, just asking and just telling my story. So just tell your story, your unique situation, and a lot of times they will do it. And sometimes if they say no, so what? Go on to the next person. And stuff, and you'll be amazed at all the discounts there are for homeschool. Oh yeah, I just thought about it before I get off this video, because it's getting too long. If you're have a Books A Million or a Barnes and Noble or a Michael's craft store, or I can't think of the other one now, but all those different stores gives homeschoolers at least 20% discount on their purchases. The only thing you have to do is sign up for a homeschool or for an educator, and they'll give you 20% off. I know Books A Million, you actually get an educator's card when you sign up. And so every time you go in, if you buy books or games or whatever you buy in Books A Million, you just give them that card, you get 20% off. it's so many different companies that do that. So for now on, when you go to places, before you purchase things, ask them, do they give a homeschooler's discount? You'll be surprised. Even some restaurants do it. Who knew? I found that out too. They don't do it all the time, but they do it sometimes. So just check that out. What's another place? Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese actually give a discount for education. So if your child made honor roll or something, you just show them proof that your child made honor roll, and they will actually give your child some free coins or give them something. I forgot what they give him, but Chuck E. Cheese do that as well. So again, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy. Sorry the video so long. That's what happens when you go live. You start rambling. Have a great day. Bye.